has grown from being at this event. Mine's grown. This business is all about belief. If you have no belief, you will fail. That is why I love this business, because you can surround yourself with other people, like-minded people, that can build you up. The second thing these people have in common, and probably the most important, is they know how to love people genuinely and serve others the best. Every successful network marketer that I know, long-term network marketer that I know, knows how to serve others before themselves. And so if you want to be a phenomenal leader, if you want to be somebody that's looked up to, if you want to be somebody that's remembered to leave your legacy, serve others. As you serve others, as you genuinely love others, the money will chase you down and beat you over the head. You will not have room enough to receive all of it because of the service that you give to others. The third thing that they have in common is they're relentless. They have a goal and a mission and a dream, and nobody will get in the way of that. They fight, they kick, they scream, they do all the things behind closed doors during the darkest hours, and then to their downline, they're nothing but a puppet mastery of perfection, hope, and love. That's what they are. They're relentless. Everybody thinks that they've had ups and downs in Synergy. Dane Orge has. Diane has. Corrine has. Paul and Rudy, Bart, all of us have had major challenges. But nobody's experienced any challenges like Dan Higginson. That I can promise you. Nobody. From waking up and How many of you have to pay somebody a paycheck this Friday? How many in this room need to write somebody a check to make sure their family's taken care of this Friday? I have to, right? All these employees. Dan Norman has all these stresses. He has to worry about this every week. Now, those times have changed. Nature Sunshine, debt-free company, NASDAQ traded, hundreds of millions in liquid assets and capital, no debt. Good position to be in, right? But when Dan Higginson started this company, there was days where I'd call my mother-in-law. Gosh. On a Thursday. And I'd say, can you borrow me $10,000? I can't make payroll. And she'd wire me the money. I'd make payroll. 2 weeks later, I'd sweep the credit cards in Japan, have enough money to pay her back. And this went on for a year. While me and my wife ate top ramen noodles, had nothing to eat, had invested everything we'd earned, and we're praying for a song and a dance. That happened. That's a true story. So if you think you face an adversity because someone tells you no in Synergy and your investment's $200, my investment was everything I had in my life. Thank you, Moaz. Didn't want to be like Diane. My wife, she gets to come with me quite a bit, but I don't get to talk about her a lot because she's pretty sacred to me. And stand up, Susie. In November of 1999, her and I lived in a little house on 3rd North and 4th West in a little town where I come from, and we had radiant heat. And we had started Synergy, and I was borrowing money left and right just to make payroll and buy the next products. And her and I would label every product, cut our hands. If they were crooked, the Japanese would reject them. So my poor wife was constantly labeling product, tightening lids. She was my manufacturer. And I remember those days when we couldn't even turn our heat on. Seriously. Because we didn't have the money. Today, we live in a beautiful home that we chose and built ourselves. Nothing fancy, but a beautiful home. And we don't have a worry in the world. Nothing. No financial worries. No challenges. Our only worry and our only challenge today is you. Because we do care about you. We think about you often. But I remember in those tough days, my wife said to me, she said, you know what, hon? I was a cocky kid back then. I really was. I thought I was the cat's meow. I working for Stephen Covey in the train division. Started out wiping executives' butts and carrying coffee until then I started training. And I was the youngest one in that group doing that, and I kept getting promoted. And so I was pretty confident. And then the real stat from the DSA hit me in the face that said, you know, 1 out of over 300 companies will make it 2 years. And I thought, it's kind of walk in the park. But when Susie and I liquidated our 401ks, maxed out our credit cards, sold my Pathfinder, got a little piece of junk car, truck, to do synergy, reality set in. And I'll never forget her saying, you know what, hon? You'll be successful no matter what. And that's all I needed to hear. And now, guess what? 28 countries later, 130 million in revenue, no debt, long or short, and on our way to $1 billion in revenue. For real. It's exciting. And you know what's incredible about it? You get to be a part of it. You get to say, I did it. I know I didn't do it. I thank Diane profusely, Dane profusely, Kaneko, Tomioka. Every time I see these people, I thank them. And then along comes Bar Woodcook, Paul Rudy, Mads Osbang, Haken. And then now I'm going to go to some new venture in some other part of the world that we're not in. I'm going to thank 5 new names for believing in what we believe. And teaching people how to leave a legacy. And let me tell you the difference between our company and theirs. I've been to events all over the world for other companies as a consultant. I've seen them. Rah, kicking butt, fired up, all that jazz, okay? I witnessed it. But I also witnessed people that didn't give a crap about the person that sat right next to them. The thing I love about Synergy, and the thing that's different about our culture that I love and respect the most, is we actually love each other. We're actually a family. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that can stop a family from success, from their mission. There's nothing. You think of your own family and that relationship, what you would do to protect that relationship. There's nothing that can stop a family of strength, of bonding, of care, of love. It's impossible to stop. Just like evil. It's almost impossible to stop evil. Because people are people. But when you have love and you have passion, you have character, and you have the products that we have and the compensation plan that we have and the message, which is the most important. All the stuff we heard this week is phenomenal. It is. I love it. I was jazzed up. My belief level grew. But the thing that matters most is that we have each other and we have each other's backs. We may not agree all the time with each other. In fact, most of you have disagreed with me many times. That's okay. That's okay. Because constructive business moves forward based on disagreements. Constructive business moves forward based on respect and love for one another. Paul and Rudy are 2 of my best friends on this earth. Frankly, a lot of you in this room are my best friends. Dan Norman I hired, stole him away from Tahitian Noni many years ago. Stu Rudder, Lynn Oman, I'd take a bullet for him, sincerely. But I think about these men and women in my life, and I think, wow, what a blessing it is to have people who are smarter than you, better than you at what they do, running your business. Dan Norman is a very, very smart, intelligent man And though he comes off sometimes as maybe harsh or you might talk to him and he might, you might be intimidated, he genuinely cares about you deeply and loves you deeply. He tells me all the time. But he has to make tough decisions. And I'm so grateful I don't have to make those anymore. I don't have to tell anybody no. Hell, Mod's asked me, hey, what do you think I'll take to get the belt? I promised $75,000 revenue. Go get it done. Because I don't have anybody to report to anymore on that. I love it. I want to close by relating one more thing that's vitally, vitally important to success of an individual. We talked about belief. We talked about being relentless. We talked about the cooperative, constructive abilities of network marketers. But the guy that probably inspires me the most in this whole company is Michael. And Michael, can you stand up? Right here, Michael. Yeah, thank you. Michael, give him a hand. Michael taught me something very valuable. Mike, stand up, please. Look at this couple. Every night before bed, I do the unthinkable. And I jump on Facebook for a few minutes. I'll admit it. And there's Michael and his family, and always his kids. Always a smile, always a pose, always something to really, really